If your Valentine can't be a person, at least it could be a book, right? Hey friends, how's it going? Happy February. Well, not yet, but almost. How is it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to another video. Today we're talking about romances because it's February. So, I have a little TBR of 10 romance books to read this month. Will I read 10 romances? Highly doubtful, but you know, just to give you some ideas, or give me some ideas, I suppose, of romances to read in the month of love. Although, Valentine's Day is, you know, whatever. If you don't have a Valentine to celebrate with this year, at least you can read a nice little book. As this is a TBR, I've not read any of these books. So I will give you as much information as I can based on the Goodreads things for them. I'll link my Goodreads in the description if you want to follow me. Most of these books are recommendations I've gotten from watching YouTube or booktube videos. Some of my favorite booktubers have talked about most of these books. So I'm thinking that if my favorite booktubers liked them, then I'll probably like them. Makes sense, right? Okay. Number 1, we have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the first one in a series about the Brown sisters. It's just a romance about this girl named Chloe, and her name rhymes with mine. And we have the same last name, so that's pretty cool. From the little description on Goodreads, it seems like a pretty standard romance, and Kat from Paperback Dreams rated it 5 stars, so it can't be bad, you know? Not exactly sure what it's about. I'm pretty sure it's a heterosexual romance, so, but I do have lots of LGBT ones in this video as well, which is including the next one, is what I'm trying to say. The next one is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This one is a LGBT romance, as I said. This one makes me nervous because I'm not a huge fan of sad books, and so if they both die at the end, how can that not be sad? But I've heard really good things about it, so I'm like, okay, you know what? Just read it. It's about Rufus and Mateo, who both find out that they're gonna die on the same day, and they spend the day together, and it sounds really cute and also really sad. It says it's uplifting and devastating at the same time, so not sure how that will go, but it sounds pretty good, so I'm excited to check it out. Might end up crying, who knows, we'll see. Next up is Her Royal Highness by Rachel Hawkins. This is a women loving women WLW romance about a girl named Millie. It's the second book in a series. I've not read the first one, but we're just gonna skip to this one because I've been trying to like read more LGBT books, but specifically lesbian romances. I read The Price of Salt by Patricia Highsmith in December, which is the basis for the book Carol. I would say that I enjoyed the movie more than the book, but whatever. That's very rare for me, but not a huge fan of Therese as a narrator, but we don't need to get into that right now. Basically, I want to read more lesbian romances, and this one as well as the last one are both YA, so I'm not a huge YA reader in general, but I think with romances, I guess they're more relatable to me because I am sort of a young adult. I'm not, you know, in my 20s or 30s or anything, but so I relate more to like the teen romances. Yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. I've heard very good things about it. Unsurprisingly, why would I include it in a video if I hadn't heard good things about it? My laundry's done. Next up is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This one is about two people who end up sharing a flat because I guess their circumstances just, they need roommates or something like that. My guess here is that the two people sharing the apartment fall in love. I'm excited to see how it happens. We love a, you know, there's only one bed sort of trope thing. I don't know if that's where this book is going or not, but I'm excited to find out. I heard about this one through Kira Foster, a booktuber, and she seemed to like it. She likes Beth O'Leary as an author, and her books just sound interesting to me. So I'm excited to read this one. Next up, Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I read Normal People in December and fell in love with it. I was obsessed with that book. It is so good. If you haven't read it, please go read it. So I'm very excited to read Sally Rooney's other book. Does she only have 2? I'm not sure. Conversations with Friends. I think this one is about a couple who ends up sort of like getting involved with this other couple. Complicated romance stuff. I'm excited to read it because I just love Sally Rooney's writing. And again, obsessed with Normal People. Such a good book. So, I think Conversations with Friends was actually her first book. So I'm excited to see how her writing style has evolved from that one, and I'm just pumped about it. I love Sally Rooney. I watched a video recently about how she describes herself as a Marxist author, and I hadn't really viewed Normal People through that lens, but after hearing her talk about it, it was fascinating. So, big fan of Sally Rooney, and I'm very excited to read Conversations with Friends. Next up, another LGBT book, If You Could Be Mine by Sarah Farzan. It's about 2 Iranian girls who are best friends, but also they're in love with each other, and so navigating the challenges of being lesbian in a conservative society and being in love with your best friend. So all sorts of complications, but I feel like this one is going to be really, really good. I don't really know what else to say about it. It sounds incredible, and I'm excited to read it. I'm always, I feel like learning about other cultures is also very interesting, and so doing that through a romance novel or just literature in general is really cool, and especially young adult, introducing topics like that at a younger age is really helpful. And I am pumped about reading this one because it sounds really good. Next up, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I think that's how you say it. Not sure. But I have no idea what this one is about. I've heard that it's LGBT. I know it's a young adult. I've heard great things about it. I feel like I've heard this title like so many times, but I've never actually found out what it's about or anything. So I'm gonna just look it up real quick. Oh my god, this one sounds amazing. It involves my favorite topics: politics, LGBT, romance, fake friends to lovers trope. Oh my god, amazing. So, as I understand it, there's the vice president's son, someone high in American politics, and someone high in British politics, and their sons are fake friends, but then they fall in love with each other. That sounds incredible. We love tropes like that. Oh my gosh. Leave me a comment with your favorite romance trope because I'm interested to know. Next up is The Right Swipe by Alicia Ray, not sure. But this one, I think I also heard about this one from Kat from Paperback Dreams. I feel like I heard about it in the same circles as I did with Get a Life, Chloe Brown. But this one is about 2 tech developers who are working on dating apps, and they're rivals, but, you know, enemies to lovers type thing. Sounds great. I think I've said that for every single book in here. Sounds great. Yes, obviously, that's what the point of this video is. Yeah, enemies to lovers is such a juicy one. We love it. Just to show off the books that I got in my thrift books order today, I've included 2 extra books. Number 1, Persuasion by Jane Austen. This is one of 2 Jane Austen books that I have not read yet. I have no idea what that one is about, but I can probably tell you the exact plot structure just based on the other 3 that I've read. Or I've read 4 by her now, I think. My guess, there's a leading lady or 2. They have a sort of romantic little endeavor. Things go badly, but then at the end it's all good again. Basically, that's what will happen in this book. I don't know who any of the characters are or anything, but I'm excited to add to my list of Jane Austen. Can't wait to read that. We love Jane Austen. That whole classism thing is another discussion for another time. And then the other one I got is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I have read this book, but I love it. The movie made me cry a lot. I love Logan Lerman and Emma Watson especially, and Ezra Miller. So basically an iconic cast, 10 out of 10. That one I guess is less romance, more just young adult coming of age type thing, but it's such a nice story. Kind of sad, actually really sad, but incredible still. I'm a huge fan of this book. And fun fact, the screenplay the movie was written and directed by Stephen Chbosky. I don't know if that's how you say it, but the author of the novel, he directed and wrote the film as well. I think that's it. 10 little books for your romance TBR. My words today, I don't know what's happening, but anyway. Please, if you have any other recommendations for romances in general, LGBT romances, all that good stuff, please leave them in the description box. I hope you enjoy these recommendations. They're not really recommendations because I haven't read them, except for Perks of Being a Wallflower. You should read that. But I hope you enjoyed my little TBR. Maybe got some inspiration, something. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because I would love to see your beautiful face here next week for a new video. So exciting. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!